Hello everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you a great plugin called Dehancer. I'll walk you through its features and demonstrate how you can use it to enhance your footage, especially if you're looking to achieve a cinematic film look or add other effects. Right now, I have a project with log footage filmed using a drone. To start, we need to create a new adjustment layer. To do this, go to the project panel, click on the new adjustment layer icon, and drag it onto your timeline, placing it above your footage. Now, with the adjustment layer selected, go to the effects panel and search for Dehancer. Drag the film emulation plugin onto the adjustment layer. Then, navigate to the effect controls panel, where we'll configure the settings. Since this footage was shot in log format with the Mavic Air 2, I'll select the appropriate source profile for it. Let's now explore what this plugin has to offer. Because the footage has a low gamma and a log profile, we can adjust various settings to achieve the desired look. Let's start by selecting a film emulation profile. Dehancer offers several popular film stocks, including Fuji and Kodak. Let's cycle through a few other profiles to see their variations. For example, let's choose Kodak Portra 160. You can immediately see how natural and beautiful the colors look. This one is Agfa color, and you can see how authentic it appears. The film stock emulations in Dehancer are incredibly realistic, giving a true analog feel to digital footage. Now, let's examine the film developer section. Here, we can tweak settings like contrast boost to adjust the contrast. I'll enable it and slightly increase the contrast to enhance the image. You can see the difference between before and after. It really improves the tonal balance. Next, we have gamma correction, which allows for fine-tuned adjustments to the midtones. There's also color separation and color boost, which enhance saturation levels. I personally like a more saturated look, so I'll increase this slightly. One of the most impressive features in Dehancer is film compression. First, we need to enable it. This function helps control highlights, making them softer and more cinematic. If you look at the sky, you'll notice that the clouds appear more natural and less harsh. This setting is unique to Dehancer, as I haven't seen a similar feature in other film emulation plugins. Now, let's explore the expand section, where we can adjust the black and white points. This helps fine-tune the overall contrast. Additionally, we have print settings, which control the overall color grading method. I'll leave it on the default linear setting for now, but you can experiment with other options to suit your project. Another powerful feature is analog range limiter, which helps prevent clipping in highlights and shadows. This is particularly useful for maintaining detail in high contrast scenes. Here we have the color head feature. This allows us to adjust colors such as yellow, blue, green, cyan, and red. We can also fine-tune the shadow tones, midtones, and highlights, giving us a high level of control over the color balance. However, for now, I'll leave this feature disabled. Moving on to film grain, Dehancer does an excellent job of simulating authentic film grain. Unlike digital noise, this grain structure enhances image texture while preserving details. I'll enable it and fine-tune the settings to achieve a balanced look. Now, let's talk about halation, a signature characteristic of film. It creates a subtle red-orange glow around high-contrast edges, adding a dreamy and nostalgic feel. If I enable it, you can see how it softens highlights and enhances the cinematic aesthetic. This is particularly effective for wedding videography, as it gives a romantic nuance to the footage. Similarly, the bloom effect enhances highlights, creating a soft glow around bright areas. It works well for achieving a vintage or ethereal look. Next, we have the film damage feature. This adds imperfections like dust, scratches, and artifacts, simulating the look of old or worn-out film. If I increase the amount, you can see the dust more clearly, giving that authentic film damage aesthetic. Now, there's also the film breath feature. This effect mimics the subtle exposure shifts that happen naturally in analog film, adding a more organic and cinematic feel to the footage. Another key effect is gate weave, which introduces slight movements and instability, replicating how film reels shift as they pass through a projector. Dehancer also includes a film frame feature, which adds a realistic film border to your footage. This is great for creating cinematic intros or giving your project a more authentic film aesthetic. This mimics the appearance of exposed film edges beyond the safe viewing area, creating an authentic frame border that enhances the vintage film look. You can fine-tune its settings manually, adjusting the position and randomness for a more natural effect. Now, let's talk about vignette. This effect subtly darkens the edges of the frame, drawing attention to the center of the image. You can adjust the exposure and softness, giving the footage a more focused and immersive feel. This subtle effect is useful for adding depth and guiding the viewer's eye. Moving on to the monitor feature, this provides two options: false color eye/ear and clipping indication. The false color eye/ear mode helps visualize exposure levels by mapping different brightness ranges to specific colors, making it easier to balance highlights, midtones, and shadows. The clipping indication mode highlights areas where details are being lost due to overexposure or deep shadows, allowing for better control over dynamic range. Now let's look at a second project using standard Rec. 709 footage instead of log. I'll apply the Dehancer plugin again and select a film profile. Even without log footage, the results are stunning. It instantly transforms the digital image into something that looks like it was shot on real film. In my wedding videography projects, I found Dehancer to be incredibly useful for creating emotional, story-driven visuals. The halation and bloom effects, in particular, enhance the romantic atmosphere of the footage. Overall, Dehancer is an excellent plugin for anyone looking to add a natural film look to their videos. It's available for DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, and other editing software. If you want to try it out, you can download a free trial. And if you decide to purchase it, I've included a 10% discount code in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think about Dehancer. See you in the next one.